Back about yesterday, I'd have to say probably our composure the most. Rick went on a couple runs, stretched that lead to 9 early, and our kids just responded. They're talented, so they have the ability to run off 7, 8, 9 points really quickly. So I think our composure was big, and I think our physicality. We got out rebounded, but I thought we got the ones late that we needed to get, and we held them to one shot on a lot of those late possessions. Those guys all played at Holy Cross. Those guys have played big minutes for us all year. Tommy, Rio, they're not freshmen anymore. Mark doesn't have a ton of LEC playoff experience, but, he's an adult, man. Mark's just an adult, and he's playing great down the stretch, so I'm not really worried about Mark in the moment being too big. I think in our first 2 matchups against WestCon, taking care of the ball has been kind of the difference in the first half and then the second halves. Second halves, conversion points for them is so big, and when you're turning it over at the top of the key or at half court, it's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1. You're not guarding that, and it's hard to get stops like that, and that's what keeps their field goal percentage up so much. I think WestCon, because of their pressure, they give up a lot of threes. They're constantly running and rotating and scrambling. And if you make the right decision and you're aggressive, you're going to get open looks. If you make them, then you're gonna be in some games. If you miss them, then you're kind of playing right into their game plan with those long rebounds and just conversion going back the other way. So we're being aggressive against the press, yeah. We're not turning down threes, absolutely not. But it's also about decision making, knowing when to attack and when to not. And Bradley, man, what an unbelievable senior year that kid's having. He's my vote for Player of the Year. He's just been dominant, especially down the stretch. There's not a lot of guys like him at our level. There's not a lot of guys like him in our league. Just a really tough matchup. Had a hammer dunk on us to end the game last game. I told him in the post game, man, that was awesome, man. That was an impressive dunk. But Fenton is a talented guy, man. He's able to score at 3 levels. He can shoot the 3, get the pull up. He can put it on the floor, and see a little bit of like George Gervin in his game, some finger rolls and some sky hooks, and he's a complete player. And it's going to be tough for us, but we're going to have to find a way. I think it's them. If you play WestCon in Siberia, it's going to be tough to play. I don't care where you play in WestCon. I don't care who you're playing in February. It's going to be tough to play. You can use the distance, the bus ride, whatever you want. I'm not giving any of those. I've won there as a player. I've won there as a coach. I've also lost, and it's about making shots and being prepared. And this time of year, culture wins. It's just about culture. So if we have better culture, then we'll win. If their culture wins out, then they'll win the game. Obviously, the 3 keys to winning the game. Conversion, defense, again. Now, the conversion is predicated off of turning the ball over and good decisions. Rebounding. You got to keep them to 1 shot. Those guys are just not a ton of great perimeter shooters, but, man, they all just crash so hard. And, again, when you're not blocking out and they're getting 3-foot shots, it's hard to guard those. They lead to fouls, the second, third shots. It's demoralizing. And then thirdly, I'd probably say containing the basketball. We talk about their 3-point shooting, and they're going to hurt you most in the paint. And, if they make threes, you're in for a really long day. If they're getting to the rim, you're in for a longer day.